Ready? And. Do it again. Ready? And. Yes, that's the way to do it. Now every time, okay? Does it feel different? Does it feel like you're pushing it now? Okay, remember that feeling because you're doing it exactly right at this point. Clarinets and flutes, we need a balance check here. We're starting at measure 27. And oboe. No oboe. Do we have piccolo? No? Okay. So for right now, it's flutes and clarinets. Here we are. 2, ready? Okay. Now, for those of you that don't have a score, there should be 4 eighth notes on the front end of the beat that go la da da da, and then 4 eighth notes on the back end of the beat that go da 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 da. And these should be in exact balance. So I'll leave it up to you guys to determine whether or not you're hearing a balanced sound, and I'll leave it up to you guys to see if you can execute a balanced sound. Okay? Here's 27. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay. So we have a front end of the measure, and we have a back end of the measure. Are they created equal here? What needs to happen? Second half needs to come up. Okay. So, can we do that? Here we go. People who are in the seconds, can you play your part a little bit louder to balance the first? You may be outnumbered, and guess what? We don't have to worry about a pyramid this time. And so you really have to balance. Here we go. 27, 2, ready, and. So do we have a second clarinet part right now? Anyone? Ah, only one. Are you playing at your max? Is this as loud as you can play? Well, probably not. Now, what kind of an answer is that? Probably not, right? In other words, not. Can you max out to the point where we say, too much now? Okay, here we go. Same spot, listening for balance. Ready? Yeah. Bravo. That's so much better. We can hear it. Can I hear the flutes alone, please? Good job. 2, ready, and. Are you hearing equal? So do we have 4 on top and 4 on the bottom part? Is that correct? You gonna let them win? No. Here we go. 2, ready, and. There's another thing that you can do here, and that is, if they're not balancing to you, you need to balance to them. But here's the thing. If they're not playing by the rules, if it says forte, and they're not playing forte, then that means you guys have to compromise and play less than forte. Not cool. So this is where your integrity has to jump up. It's not a technically difficult line, is it? So, we can do it. Yeah? You guys are just like, here's the deal. Why can you guys sound like the British Guards in this last piece, and here you sound like a bunch of little girls? Now, is that insulting? Because it's not the character of the music, right? The character of the music in this case is erupting. And so this is where, it doesn't matter what instrument you play, you've got to build with the character of the music. What is the music telling you? What is it saying at this point? Can I communicate some sort of meaning to our audience? That's the most important thing of this piece. So what I'm hearing you say to me at the very beginning where it says, with fiery energy, I'm hearing you say to me right now, let's go a little bit slower, it's not quite so hot. Is that what you want? I think think you guys are capable of more. In fact, I know it because I heard what you did with the British band piece. This piece is slightly more difficult altogether, but at this point, there's nothing that you can't play. Now it's a matter of attitude. How do you tackle this piece? Here we go. Your best work of the day, right here, okay? From the top. That's the we can take even more of that. Yeah, sax is good for you. Can you do this just a little bit more? Okay? Good. I'm hearing some great spirit there. You know what? I don't mind, and I don't think anybody minds mistakes, honest mistakes. That's how we all learn. Can you imagine? Now, how many of you have younger brothers and sisters at home? I mean, really young? Where you remember when they learned how to walk? You remember when you learned how to walk, right? I'm just kidding. Here's my point. Do you know how many trials and errors an infant has when they learn how to walk? You know, first they try to get up, and then what do? First thing, fall right on their butt, right? I mean, just boom. Then they try it again, or they hold on to something, and they try to take a step, and at some point then they're just one hand, and then they walk to mommy or daddy, just one step, and then they fall again. But it's fraught with mistakes. Do you think they care? They're unable at that point to judge. They just do it. And so if you can take that kind of spirit and say, look, there's no such thing as a bad mistake if it helps you learn. And if you take that spirit, you guys, it is the way to go. It's such a positive way to learn. Mistakes aren't bad. What's bad is repeating the mistake. So, low brass, look 3 measures before 47. Here we are. Give you 2 for nothing. Good. Now, can we do it in balance so that all we hear this entire tubas? Can we hear you? Play and hold. Youth. Third trombone. Second. First. Yeah. If you can push in your tuning slide just a little bit. Ah, you have it way out. There you go. Can we try that chord all together now? It's a nice chord. Now, I think with this group, even though it says with only pianissimo, there has to be a core sound to it. So can we up that ante just a little bit? Can we play with a just slightly bigger sound? 20% more air right now. Here we go. So for this part right here, that's going to be your pianissimo, all right? Now, you have to go to a mezzo piano. Let's try that. That's a good chord right now. Here we go. Do you want to start it? You start actually on your own here. Here we go. Ready? And 1, 2. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. We try that once again. At the very end, can you make sure that you have enough air speed so that the air doesn't, the tone doesn't sag? Da, da, da. Just stop the note. Here we go. Ready? And. That's beautiful. That's exactly the way it goes. All right, good. 47. Ready? That right there, if you could do it as loud as you sizzled before, it's kind of a whispering, kind of a stage whisper, if you would. Trumpets, trombone, and bongos at measure 54. Can you exaggerate this? I think a couple of you did it, but it has to be all of you to keep the chord in balance. Okay? Can I hear you there? This is 54. Ready? And 1. Good. Can you start softer and crescendo more? You know, I would always say, if 1 is the softest you can play,